Hi and welcome to Coding with Jesse. I'm Jesse Skinner and today I'm going to be trying out the Cypress web testing framework. So Cypress is a little different from anything I've used in the past. It's a browser, I guess, as far as I can tell, or it comes with a browser. It's an end-to-end testing framework, so it's meant to test sort of from the browsing perspective. So clicking things, loading pages, making sure things are there. So if you've used Selenium or something similar in the past, you might be kind of familiar with the concept. I used Selenium quite a few years ago, but I haven't used it. I haven't used anything like this in a while. So I'm hoping to try out Cypress and see what it's like. So I have just a blank project here. I'm just going to go to it. So I need to set up npm inside there. So let's do an npm init-y, and just that's the fastest way to create a package JSON. Then I'm going to do npm install Cypress, which seems to be how you install Cypress. I'm going to need something to test, so let's just make like a empty index.html file. And we'll just call it Cypress testing. And I don't know, I guess we could have like a form with a button. Click me. We'll figure out what to do there as we install this. So it's taken a few minutes, as you can see. Just downloading is taking a few minutes. So what else can our thing do? Let's do some JavaScript. Why not? Let's do it external. Nope. Okay. So I'll make an index.js file, and all I'm going to do in here is say document query selector button, add event listener, click, and we're going to do what? Pop up an alert. That's probably a bad idea. Let's have like a message div, and clicking there will just put some message in there. How about we have a counter, and then we can say message.innerText equals you have, let's do it as a template string, you have clicked counter times. There. Still unzipping and installing, so let's see if our web page works. I'm going to install also, I hope I'm allowed to install something while something's installing. Let's try it. HTTP server. It's a race. Okay. So I should be able to do HTTP server -o-c-1 for turning cache off. And there's my button. Let's crank it up. And if I click it, it submits the page, so I need to event.prevent default. And now if I refresh, there's my sad little program I'm going to use. We're still unzipping. It says 3 seconds left, so that's all right. Let's see. So I can start reading about it too, how it works. Let's start with the features just to be like familiar with what it does. So it is a program. It has test status menu, and you can change the viewport size. Okay. You see the command log here. It shows it's basically the test log. And if you hover over, it'll show you what the page looked like what the app looked like when the test ran. Our users call it time travel. That'll be neat. While test commands execute, you see what happens in real time. And you can use dev tools in there. What else? Write your first passing test in 60 seconds. Well, I don't know if that includes installation time. Clearly not. But I'm going to have to check that out. Is that going to be a video? It's a 10-minute video called How to Add Your Test in 60 Seconds. Okay. I won't feel too bad about it then. So it's the Cypress test runner, they call it. Oh, I wish this would hurry up. It's the kind of thing I'm like, should I stop it and restart it? Or is that just going to take longer? You know? It says it's unzipping. It seems to be stuck though, doesn't it? Alright, I'm going to Control C. We'll try it again. It shouldn't have to download, but I might be wrong about that. Well, we still have more to learn about it anyhow. So how do you actually write a test? So it looks, I forget what this type of testing is called, but it's the same as Mocha. So, what? It says it's already installed. Oh, okay, I have a feeling it'll be broken, but let's try it out. So I'm gonna make a test, and they say to use sample_spec.js. I like to name my tests with .test, and I'm sure it doesn't really matter. But, oh, it's actually using Mocha and Chai. Well, that's actually very interesting. So I am going to try it out. So, yeah, we should visit a web page, and that'll be our what's it called? This page. So it'll be this URL. So let's make a test. I'm going to try calling it .test because that's what I want to do. Oh, I don't want a folder. Delete that. I did not mean to do that. Index.test.js and Cypress. It loads. I guess what I want to do is like, yeah, I can call that Cypress, but really I'm going to say it loads and shows a button. Let's do that as our first test. I'll make these fat arrow functions for no reason whatsoever. And then I need to get Sci from somewhere. I didn't catch that in the code, but in the examples. But I'm sure. Oh, you don't need to. It's just it'll just be there magically. Because this is going to run inside our test runner. So it's going to, I assume, inject the variables that we're going to need. Alright, was there more to the URL? I think so. Port 8080. Okay, now what? Now I need to run it somehow. So I need to open the test runner somehow. How do you do that? Was that in here? Probably. Here. Okay. So they just say touch a Cypress integration folder. I don't know if it was created for us. I don't see it anywhere. I feel like we need to uninstall and reinstall. npm remove Cypress. Oh. It thinks it was installed, and I don't think it was installed. So this is how to install the test runner. And I see that's how you open it. Or this. NPX is something I just learned recently. I haven't even used it yet. I just saw someone else using it. So NPX is like npm run arbitrary command. So it'll just know where Cypress is. It's in node modules /.bin, and it'll find it. All right, let's try it again. This time I'm doing -D for a dev dependency. I missed that before. Please install a little bit faster. I really want to run this. Okay, yeah, we can add this to our scripts, I suppose. Yeah, probably don't need the rest of it. Oh, you can stop it from downloading the binary? I think we need the binary, though. It might be good to install this globally, I'm thinking, instead of in the project. Like, probably both, but maybe that's why this is good if you want to add it to the project but not the binary somehow and run the binary globally. I'm not sure. Oh, it actually installed? It's already installed. Okay. If you say so. Let's run it. So npx Cypress open. No, I didn't think so. Oh man, I'm gonna have to just delete this cache folder. Alright, so I don't know, I was gonna say lesson learned, don't Control-C on an install, but I feel like it was stuck. Didn't you get that feeling? So let's just remove node module Cypress as well, just to be sure. And then we'll install it again, but this time it won't complain that it is installed. Oh, it's going to download it again. All right, let's keep learning it. So writing my first test, I don't want to just load. That's not really a test. I could just do an expect true to equal true just to have some kind of pass in there, but I'd like to really do something more than that. So in their first example, they say query for an element, step 2. And you can see why contains gets the DOM element containing the text. DOM elements can contain more than the desired text and still match. Cypress prefers some DOM elements over the deepest element found. Whatever that means. Prefers what? It linked to this, but I don't see anything about preferring anything. It actually installed. Let's try it out. npx Cypress open. It's going to open on my side here, but I'll move it over. Okay. To help you get started, sorry this is small, I have no way to increase it. We've added some folders and example tests to your project. Try running the tests in the examples folder, or add your own test files to Cypress integration. Okay, got it. Should we run an example? This is an example. It's testing the viewport. Can I make it bigger? Nope. I don't see any settings at all. Can I just Control+? Nope. Alright, so that's limiting. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm going to stop clicking, and I'm going to put that test that we made into the test folder. I'm going to close Cypress for a moment. So Cypress integration. I kind of don't want my tests in there, but I guess since they're specific to Cypress, that's okay. I feel like the examples folder you'd probably want to delete. And probably want to delete that, and probably, I don't know. I don't know if I want all this placeholder stuff in my repo, but I'll leave it for now, because this is just the test, so we'll just test it out. Alright, so let's just get our first test working, and we can call it a grand success. So I want to click the button and prove that it says you have clicked 1 time. So at first there should be no button. So I would do something like expect nothing to be empty. Let's see if that works. I don't know. I have no idea how this... I don't think it was text, that was contains, wasn't it? And now let's fire up our testing npx Cypress open again. This time we have a test. Whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. There we go. Kind of messing up my stuff. Okay. So now there's this examples folder I don't want, but here's my index.test. Alright. So it broke because I expected something to be empty and it wasn't empty. I guess that makes sense. I didn't actually know what it would return. So, because I don't know what I'm doing. So, what does it do if you... Oh, you can just get. And then... Oh, I see. This is an interesting way. So, to find contains, instead of using selectors, you can use the text itself. And then I guess your test is a little... I don't know if that's more robust or more rigid to rely on the text. But I think this will get us pretty far. What kind of asserts do they do with contains stuff? Oh, dot should have atter. That's interesting. So how does the should stuff work? Assertions. Oh, contains will automatically retry until the element exists. It's very interesting. Alright, let's just see. So I wasn't using it right at all. Maybe what I should do is say click me, and that'll get us the button. And then we'll click it, and then we'll find, I don't know, how do you like, I guess we can do a selector for the message and then check the text of it. Just jumping all over the place here. Let's see. So there is the should. Should what? Should be visible, have CSS. I want like have the text. Where's the list of them? To have, I need like some documentation on this. Here we go. Text. To have text. Okay, let's try that out. Expect L to have text, whatever. That's perfect. So, can I do expect, well, how do you get an L, $L? Is that the result of contains or whatever? I don't think so. Maybe it is. Interacting with elements. I need to like get the element in the first place. That probably is the contains, or what was the other, there was two ways to get variables that I saw. Just go back. It was somewhere we were looking. Is here? Get. That's the function I was looking for. So we're gonna get message to have text, and the text is gonna be you have clicked 1 times. Alright, so now I think it already updated. You attempted to make a chai jQuery assertion on an object that is neither a DOM object or a jQuery object. Oh, jQuery? I didn't know. Can I just do dollar instead of that? Is that gonna work? Dollar's not defined. Okay, so I don't have jQuery in this project. Does it? Maybe if I do it that way? Nope. Excuse me. Maybe, can I just do document.query selector or something? No. Can I do, what do I do? How do I get the, oh, is it because I didn't do CY visit properly? I don't know. Seems fine. Yeah, it seems fine. If I do the visit there, it's working. CI contains click me. Maybe I need the exclamation mark. No, it's got to be the cy.get. I just don't know how to use it. Let's see how to use it. It returns, I think it should return the element. Yields the DOM element. So maybe it just didn't work. I don't see why it wouldn't. But let's go back here. So do I need to wait? Is that the problem? Do I need to like await the visiting first? Do you know what I mean? I still don't get what this is, so do I need to keep awaiting? Is that why? That just seems to be loading. It's very interesting. It seems to go right to the assert. It doesn't, it's not telling me anything about this. Maybe this never happened, or I'm not sure. What if I get button instead? Nothing. Same thing, I guess. What if I comment that out? So there's just no assert. Then it just says button, visit rather, but I don't see anything about the clicking. Alright, let's go back to the basic example, because I obviously missed something of how to do this. Writing your first test. Let's see. What did I miss? Visit a page. Query for an element. There's no wait. Oh, I could just try it. Let's try like a little bit less. And then I guess I'll take out a wait. Because it didn't say I need it. Get button, that worked. So why doesn't get button click? Oh, that worked too. What if I just do this? Does that work? Yes. It's probably all gonna work now. That's just how it goes. Now it broke. Okay, so what am I doing wrong? Obviously, object chainer first call is not an element, so I'm misunderstanding how this works. But let's see, I should read the rest. Click element, exactly what I was trying to do. And that did work. Make an assertion. CY, oh, okay, okay. Maybe I should use the should. Maybe that's what's missing. Oh, I got it now. It's probably this. Have.text. Those weren't. Oh, maybe I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's try this. we got a pass test. Let's do a second test. It loads and shows a button. Well, okay, if that's the first test, then should have text. We can do the same thing. So that's the first test. It should show a message when the button is clicked is our second test, and then our third test will be it should increment the counter when the button is clicked twice. So we'll just click the button twice. You've clicked 2 times. I imagine you can chain that. And now let's see if that worked. We got 3 pass tests. So let's improve on our code, and if you have only clicked once, I want it to only say you have clicked 1 time. So the test is going to fail, right? And now, I don't know why it timed out. I guess because that's how it works. It waits till the thing happens. And now I'm just going to fix our code, and then we'll be done. So I'm going to say counter equals 1, then we'll have nothing, otherwise an S. And now it should reload, or no? Do I have to manually reload it? I guess. How do you do that? This button. And it passed. Cool. That's pretty neat. So that's Cypress. I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to have to play around with it a lot more, but it seems pretty straightforward. Check it out. The code I've done here is going to be up on GitHub, so check the description below to get the link. And until next time, thanks for watching.